On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
I don't know. Certain things are important if they are going to affect the rest of that person's life forever. You know what I mean? Or if they maybe, um, have done something that I find to be egregious. Let's say that. So yeah, those types of things.
But like a person's, because I think the way I'm kind of inferring from JR's question or whatever, but like a person's promiscuity or anything like that, that's not relevant per se to you.
We've talked about this probably like 3 or 4 times here. And my answer will always be the same, that uh I need to know, if you have kids or whatever, and are you, healthy outside of that. Me personally, I don't care about that.
All right, y'all. Let's get back to this topic, man.
Icy mode.
How
That was
important?
fun.
Yeah,
I
how
like that.
important it is someone's past before marriage. All right, Anton. How important is someone's past before marriage?
It's imperative. It is one of the most important things that you will ever talk about because, who you are and how you've come to be is very much, how you're going to impress upon the relationship or the marriage going forward. So, for example, one of the reasons why I say body count matters for women specifically, body count is incredibly important because every single relationship that she's had, every single man that's entered her, every single situation that she's found herself in, she's being imprinted on to a larger extent. Just like what did they call that movie with Jacob and what's the name of that movie? The Twilight. When the wolf imprinted on her, he imprinted on her. Like every single guy is going to leave an imprint as far as how she then looks at relationships, sex, etc. going forward. And a lot of times people don't realize that you are subconsciously and consciously, you are very much refining who you are and how it is that you interact with men based off of your past experiences, especially for women. Because guys, to a larger extent, they can be also, but it's not as deep. A guy can have sex with a woman and then that just be that. He don't even remember her name. Post nut clarity is real. I got a question. Is post nut clarity a thing for women?
Ladies,
Anyways, we'll get over to that in a
What
minute.
is it?
But I think that is very much a real thing as far as women being affected by the type of relationships that they've been in, and that carries over into whatever it is that they're doing in the future. Very much so. But I am, Mir, do you know what? Oh man, this might be a question might be a little bit explicit for your ears. Mir, I don't know if you're
Can
ready
you
for these.
explain it in normal terms?
This is demon time. All right. So post nut clarity for men is the very minute that we experience an orgasm. Not even the minute, like almost like the very millisecond, right? The very millisecond that you have an orgasm, it's almost like you took a limitless pill. You ever seen that movie Limitless with okay. So it's almost like you get this superpower. Like you get clear, you see things for what it really is. You're no longer being led by your desires, all of that type of stuff. Like you get clear. It's like, oh man, what am I doing here? I'm not sure. Like you got a cloud over you until you get that up out of you. And
So you
so
didn't have that before? You're saying that before you were confused, and then after that
yeah,
you
confused is a good
understand?
word. Confused is a good word. But we almost have this clarity that comes upon us. Like, I mean, I feel like I can run through a wall. I can solve a Rubik's Cube. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just have so much clarity the very second that I experience an orgasm, and it just makes me feel different. Like, I don't even, like, a lot of times, especially when I was younger, um, one of the ways that I knew that my wife was my wife is that I didn't want her to leave afterwards. Like, very much, you just like get her up out of here. What is she doing here? Whatever, so on and so forth. Right. But I'm wondering if that's the same thing that happens to women.
So if we have an orgasm and we see things clearer,
Like, do you have this relief, this level of clarity that comes upon you? Is it any kind of like different euphoric moment outside of just the orgasm itself?
This is kind of this conversation is a little bit,
I
but
told you.
I
I
see.
warned you. I
Spicy.
I
warned you.
think, I don't know. I mean, I think most women feel happy after having relations. I mean, you feel happy, but as for,
Let me save
I
you,
was never
Amir. Don't do it.
confused.
Don't
I
do
was
it.
never
Don't do
confused before. I don't know. I'm
it.
sorry, guys. Maybe this isn't. I maybe ask Courtney, okay, somebody.
No, don't ask me.
Why not ask you?
I don't know anything about post nut. I don't know anything about that. I don't.
Tay,
Come
Yeah, you
on.
might.
do you experience post nut clarity? I mean, I don't know. That's why I'm curious. Like, what better
I
way
don't.
to find out than to
I don't.
ask women?
I don't know nothing about it. I don't know.
Do women have regret sometimes after intercourse with men?
You
What
have to
it,
Google that. I don't know.
Google? Okay. Anyways, go ahead, Jr. Do your thing, fam.
All right. Amira, how important is someone's past before marriage?
It's everything because the past, especially for women, I think it's more important for women than men because I mean that's why we're vetted so hard in our families is because of that because the man wants to know what to expect and if there's a surprise later on that I didn't know this about my wife and then later on this comes out, sometimes surprises can be unpleasant. So it's nice to know everything before you start, or like before you get serious and have things like children and marriage and all this before you find out things. So it is super important. And as for men, their past, I think for men, we don't really focus that much on their past. We focus more on their future. We focus more on where they're going rather than where they've been. But for women, it's I don't know why it's like this, but for women, it's more like your past is everything. For men, the future is everything because we want to know your career and what's your plans for the future. With a woman, you don't really ask her that, like, what's your career plans or what's this, because I mean, you're going to be married. So your husband's dreams are going to be your dreams. So, yeah.
Okay. Kay, how important is someone's past before marriage?
Certain things are more important than others. I don't think that everything holds equal importance. So I guess it just depends on the thing.
Okay, let me ask you this. What's important from a person's past for you in a relationship?
You all right
What
over there, Jr.?
what's some deal breakers for you?
Just like extreme cases of, I don't know. Certain things are important if they are going to affect the rest of that person's life forever. You know what I mean? Or if they maybe, have done something that I find to be egregious. Let's say that. So yeah, those types of things. But
Like a person's, because I think the way I'm kind of inferring from JR's question or whatever, but like a person's promiscuity or anything like that, that's not relevant per se to you.
we've talked about this probably like 3 or 4 times here. And my answer will always be the same. That I need to know, if you have kids or whatever, and are you, healthy. Outside of that, me personally, I don't care about that.